And so it began. So this is my review of seeing the Warning live. It's also my review of seeing Holy Wars open for them. Now, before I get into the Warning, I do want to state, and I want to be very clear on this, Holy Wars kicked ass. Their vocalist, Nat, she's a wild woman. She's full of energy. And there was at one point, she was riding on the shoulders of a guy in the audience. I don't know if it was a person they knew or a security guard, or she just randomly selects someone that looked like they can handle it. But she was riding on his shoulders while doing a song. And that's the way the intensity of their performance was for the entire time. They play more of an industrial rock and industrial metal, but I like that. So my assessment of the performance of Holy Wars is I thought it was phenomenal. I thought they did an amazing job. They're a band that has the energy that is required to be entertaining as an opening band for a band that is as popular as The Warning. They are quite the performers. Everybody did good in the band. It was, and again, it's industrial rock, industrial metal. It has a much more punchy and gritty feel to it, more technological, but the edge was there. And as an opening band for The Warning, I honestly can't think of another band I would rather see open for The Warning, unless it's The Warning. Have The Warning open for The Warning. I could deal with that. I realize that Holy Wars taste might not be for everyone, but that's one of my favorite genres of music, whether it's Nine Inch Nails or Ministry or just there is such an edge that I loved that sound. They played, I want to say, about a 40 to 45 minute set, and the teardown was very quick between the sets. Now, I will say this. Lesson learned from when I went and saw Orbit Culture, because I went and saw Orbit Culture about 4 weeks ago at the same location. And I wanted to see the band, but I'm not going to lie, that was also kind of a scouting mission. And what I found was get there early to get parking, purchase the advance admission tickets, because it'll let you get in a good spot on stage. If I had not purchased the advance tickets, I would not have been nearly as close as I was to the stage. So if you're going general admission, and I'm recommending this to anybody who sees this video, pay the extra $20 to get let in early. Because if you want to be up close, that's the way to do it. I mean, if you don't want to drop all the coin for meet and greet package, at least drop the extra 20 for that early admission. It's well worth the cost. Now, the other thing I can say is that there are plenty of places to eat around the Majestic in Detroit. So if you're going there, you can also leave early, park your car. And this is what I did. Left early, parked the car, got something to eat, and went over and got in the advanced admission line. And I was literally the third person in from the rail. So that's why I recommend it. Now, when the lights go down, you know what's happening. Because the opening band finishes, the lights go down, and you just know what's happening. It doesn't matter that I knew that the first song they were going to play was sick. It was still great because, the lights are down and you see one of the crew walking pow out to the drums with a flashlight. And then you see Danny and Ale come on stage, as you saw in the video. That's literally the very opening of the show. And that's why I put it there, was because I wanted it to open the interview. Everything about this show is professional. The performance was phenomenal. Their use of backing tracks was minimal, but effective and well placed. The one thing that I never thought this, but it's still something amazing to see live. And that's, when you watch a live video released from a band, you wonder how much studio tinkering has gone into the live version to make it sound better. And I can say from firsthand experience now that for both Love Bites and The Warning, there is no studio tinkering. The video has poor sound quality because I'm doing it with a little handheld. I'm basically using the same camera that I use to record my reactions. I should have bumped the volume down probably one or two more notches, because what I discovered there is that you don't necessarily just hear the drum and bass when The Warning plays. You feel it in your chest. Ale kicks ass on the bass, and Pow just beats the living crap out of her drums. At one point, she broke one of them. I kid you not. There was a little thing I think I was too entertained to actually record it, but she broke one of her drums, and she had to have a roadie come out and literally reconnect the drum to the stand. It looked like she knocked it off its bracket. And I just laughed, and I think everybody was laughing because it was like, we know she hit some hard, but she broke a drum in Detroit, or at least dislodged a drum in Detroit. And there's just something so pleasing about that when you see it, because it's like, she is hitting them sons of bitches hard. They played mostly songs off of Keep Me Fed. For me, the highlights, my two favorite songs, Sick and Evolve. Sick opened and Evolve closed. So I was a happy camper. They did How You Call It Dream. They did, the set list is available online. I'm not going to sit here and go through every song, but what I'm going to tell you is that if you get a chance to see these sisters play, oh my God, if you can, do not miss it, because it is so well worth the price of admission and then some. I just want to go back. Their stage presence, as you can see, basically in the video that I started this with, it's from the time they walk out to the time they finish, they are in control. There is no doubt in anyone's mind who they're there to see. There's no doubt who's in charge. The whole thing was so professionally done, performed so well, that it's hard to believe that they are the ages they are. Was it 23, 22, and 19? It's just, you watch them perform, and they are seasoned performers. And, yes, I know they've been performing together for 10 years because they're sisters, but that doesn't change the fact that they're so young and they are so powerful on stage. I've seen a lot of live shows. This is top 3. I'm not sure the positioning is. The Cult, The Warning, and Iron Maiden. And remember, I'm a Priest fan. I like Maiden, but Iron Maiden, when I saw them 40 years ago, put on a mind-blowing show. Now, but the thing about The Warning that just really gets my attention when they're performing live is I don't even know if it's confidence. They're so at ease. And I guess it makes sense because they've been doing this since they were little kids, but they're so at ease on the stage. You know that point in your career or your job where you go to work and you just know everything so well that you can almost do it with your eyes closed? That's the level of professionalism they bring to the stage when they're up there. They know what they're doing, they're confident, and they're going to kick ass. And they do. They go up there and they put on a phenomenal show. Danny is just a joy to watch because of between facial expressions. And that was another reason I wanted to be up close, is because I wanted to see the Danny facial expressions. And it paid off because she is so emotive with her face. It's fantastic. I think if I had one complaint, and it's not even a complaint, it's more of a I wish they would type of thing. They're very regimented on what side of the stage they're on. There wasn't a whole lot of crossing over. In fact, I don't think there was any crossing over. I think the closest that Ale got was maybe center stage. But I mean, this is my half, this is your half, and Pow gets everything behind us. So I would say that if I was going to ask for one thing at the warning show that I saw, would have been for Danny and Ale to swap places once or twice, just so I can get, you know, Ale right there. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that that would have been cool. Now, I do apologize for the sideways shooting on some of the video that we were introduced with, because for some reason this time around, I got to figure out what setting it is. The camera, the image rotated with the camera, and usually that didn't happen. It didn't happen when I saw Love Bites. So I got to figure what button I fat fingered to make that happen. But overall, I mean, I have absolutely nothing bad to say about the performance. They're consummate professionals that know what they're doing, and the show was out of this world. It was like I said, top 3 concerts ever, and they're in really good company. I don't want to say it's the best. I mean, the only reason I can't say it's the best show I've ever seen is because I've only seen them once. Now, the Cult I've seen 4 or 5 times. Iron Maiden I've seen twice. And there's the level of confidence they have is on par. But here's the impressive part, which is why the warning right now is my number 1 favorite band, is when I saw the Cult, when I saw Iron Maiden, these guys were in their 30s and had been doing it for 10, 15 years. So they were reaching that level of, what's what I'm looking for? That level of exposure, and they were in their probably mid 30s. So now let's think about that. These ladies are 23, 22, and 19. They are a decade ahead of Iron Maiden. They're a decade ahead of Judas Priest. Just to put that in perspective, they are at a level, as far as time goes, with age, that Priest and Maiden were just starting to break into a bigger exposure of metal. And they were in their 30s. We're talking about 3 sisters from Monterrey, Mexico, that are in their early 20s. And I shudder at the thought of where they're going to be at in 10 more years. I want everybody who is worried about them playing the smaller venues to be patient, because the patience is going to pay off. Because what I saw is a band that is breaking into the big time. They played to an 1,100 seat hall that was sold out, packed to the gills. I don't know how many of the shows, but I'm going to just assume that all of the shows on this tour were sold out. And what that means is that rather than playing the Majestic next time, they're going to play the Fillmore. And the Fillmore is 2,800 seats. And it's a matter of taking the right stepping stones. Because once they know that they could fill up the Majestic with 1,100, well, that was, I want to say, 2 or 3 weeks before the show. So that's going to allow them to use that in the math next time, where they're going to say, okay, well, last time we played there, we did the Majestic. That was 1,100. What's the next biggest venue? And that's the Fillmore. Then after that, when they hit 2,800, well, then they're going to be looking at that again if that sells out. That's just the mechanics of it. That's the way it works. And I will say that it was overheard. One of the individuals that watches me, which is still something I need to get used to, let me know that there was discussion that he heard of a second leg of the tour going through. There was going to be a show in Indianapolis. So that indicates to me that they will be doing at some point a southern leg of the tour for Keep Me Fed. So that's cool, because I know that a lot of people were lamenting the fact that they weren't playing more southern dates. Well, as again I predicted, they are doing a second leg. I don't know what the time frame is, but they're going to support this album the best they can. That doesn't mean playing half of the states. They're going to go up, and then maybe they're going to swing back down through Mexico, then come back up, hit California, and streak across the bottom of the U.S. If they do that, well, if they play in Dallas, I will probably fly down to Dallas again and go see them when they do that leg of the tour. So, and I did want to apologize for the lateness of this video. Driving home from the Warning concert, I blew a top radiator hose. Luckily, I was very close to home, so I pushed the car to get home. Got home, and pretty much since then, the car was not running right. So for the last few days after the concert, I've been dealing with that. And I finally ended up just buying a new car yesterday. Well, new to me car last night, which is, I mean, I went to work. I worked for about 2 hours. I told my boss, I'm like, look, I got to get another car. I have called the dealership that I normally deal with. He let me go. I've got a car. So now I'm happy, because now I can do things like, well, I have a concert coming up next weekend for Fawn. I'm going to see Fawn twice. I'm going to see him on Friday and Sunday. Yeehaw, I have a car that's going to make it. That's a good thing. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this. Overall, if you have a chance to see The Warning, take it. If they come, honestly, like I said, if they get to Dallas again, I'm probably going to call my buddy up and say, hey, man, can I come and crash again? I'll take you to the concert. And we had a great time last time seeing Love Bites. So if The Warning goes to Dallas, I'll take him to go see that. He needs to get out of the house more. But overall, amazing. It was a great show. And I'm going to close it out with the song that they closed the night with. And if you haven't guessed, that song is Evolve. And I do apologize again for the audio quality on these. I should have bumped it down probably another level, but I was not thinking that Ollie and Powell were going to punch the microphone that hard. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I know it's a long one, but I'm also tossing in 2 clips of The Warning live in Detroit. So you guys enjoy it, and I hope you have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Be good to one another. And of course, as you all know, if you follow me, don't be a dick, because the world has enough of them. Until next time, bye-bye.